Good afternoon, and thank you so much for joining us today. Joining us now, Laura Bramnick. Laura Bramnick from TalkRealEstateAZ.com. And Laura is an attorney, also a real estate agent, which is a tremendous combination. You're also a consumer advocate for your clients, and you can assist in residential, commercial, and land transactions.
That's correct, Sinclair.
Yeah, and really, the transaction part of it, as an attorney, that's a bonus sometimes for these transactions.
Yes.
Licensed through the State Bar of Arizona, licensed with the Arizona Department of Real Estate. More information at TalkRealEstateAZ.com. TalkRealEstateAZ.com. Or you can call 480-624-2705, and Laura does answer her own phone. 480-624-2705. Laura, about a week or so ago we were talking about the disclosure agreements.
Correct.
And you had mentioned that you get a call on those issues. Somebody has a problem because something wasn't properly disclosed, and you get a call like that every week or so.
Yeah, and not only wasn't it disclosed, but the problem is going to cost the new owner money.
Right.
And it's going to be something when they purchase the house they didn't anticipate and they didn't agree to.
Now, that doesn't mean that you go to trial on all of those.
No, it is a lot of money and very time consuming to go to trial. And it's a problem because a lot of people kind of give up before they proceed because they say, you know, I'm just a hardworking teacher or a firefighter or whatever, and I don't have the money to hire a lawyer and to hire experts and do all that's necessary to get ready to go to trial.
And you've told us litigation is expensive.
It's very, very expensive. Now, the real estate contract provides that if you win, the losing party has to pay your attorney's fees. But that means you have to be willing to put up the money.
Right.
And you don't know what evidence they have that could dispute some of the evidence or create a problem for your case. Because it's not only that you've been wronged, but you've got to prove you've been wronged.
So is there some other way to find a resolution without having to go to trial?
There is. The parties can mediate. And the good news is that the Arizona Association of Realtors has set up a mediation program specifically to settle real estate disputes. And most transactions do close fairly smoothly, but the ones that don't, a lot of times the issues that come up later are non-disclosure of material items, air conditioner, mold, roof leaks, those types of things. Misrepresentation, I had the air conditioner replaced. Well, in fact, maybe it was just the compressor, you know, which is different. Breach of the terms of the contract, seller's remorse, buyer's remorse, people backing out before closing.
Okay.
And in Arizona, real estate is considered unique. So it's not like, oh, just go buy another house. The law doesn't see it that way. And so what is mediation? Well, it's a non-adversarial process where the parties meet and they're assisted in settlement by a neutral third party. And the third party is a mediator, and sometimes the third party is also a lawyer, but not necessarily. And they're trained in real estate issues, they're trained in real estate mediation.
Okay.
And so the Arizona Association of Realtors has a list of qualified people that you can choose from to mediate your dispute.
And this is faster and cheaper?
Faster and cheaper. And also the contract, if your realtor, like most realtors, use the Arizona Association of Realtors form contract, it requires that you submit to mediation before you file a lawsuit.
And in your experience, do most of these issues get resolved in mediation?
Well, I think you have to set yourself up for success in mediation. You just don't say, he or she did that to me and I've been harmed and I don't have the money to fix it.
Just because it's a little bit less formal than a trial setting, you still have to go in really prepared.
It's so much better to be prepared. You have a much better chance of success because I recommend that you hire a lawyer to help you gather the evidence that you need. Because once the other side sees that you have certain evidence and you have proof of your damages, and you may have a list of witnesses like neighbors who knew that you had a leak, that kind of a thing. Now the other side then sees, okay, well, why do I want to waste money defending myself if it's not a slam dunk that I'm going to win this case.
Right.
And so maybe if we have some kind of a meeting of the minds, if I make them an offer, we can do this where it will cost me less money than to go to trial, and they'll feel like they got something also.
What about though when somebody just says, no, I don't think I owe money, and the other party says, I think I'm owed money?
Yes, and that's why you want to be prepared, and that's why if there's a lawyer involved or mediator, they can explain to them, this is what's going to happen if you go to trial. If you don't think you did it, and you're going to have to present evidence and witnesses in your favor. They've already disclosed that they have this. If you cannot counter that, not only could you lose, but you could end up paying all their fees and costs, which is a lot more than they have right now.
If you go into mediation though, isn't there a little concern that maybe you're putting all your cards on the table?
Right. Well, it's totally confidential. Nothing that you disclose in mediation, even if you admit fault, can be held against you at trial.
So might as well.
So you have nothing to lose. Sometimes timing's important. The good news is, even if one party files suit, you can always mediate right up until the day you go to trial. And maybe there's more than one issue, so maybe mediate one issue and leave the other issue for the judge, or the jury. And so, because I find with my clients, there are times that they are more willing to settle than others.
Yeah, and you can help in that preparation for mediation.
Right, and you can, like I said, you can submit at any time.
Laura Bramnick from TalkRealEstateAZ.com. That's the website. You can find out a ton of information there. Or call 480-624-2705, 480-624-2705. And maybe the most important thing is that Laura is working for you as a consumer advocate.
Correct.
Real estate agent, attorney, consumer advocate, Laura Bramnick, TalkRealEstateAZ.com. Thank you so much, Laura.
Thanks, Sinclair.